Trevithick dock. What a dump. I suppose I should be grateful. If it wasn't for the mining ship that collected me, I would still be out in the belt, floating in space with the remains of my hauler. Although, looking at the exterior of this ghost station, I may have got more work thumbing for rides than sitting here watching the boards. Onion Gate is overshadowing everything, and as this is a Federation-friendly system, the President's recent tirade against the Admiralty over the control of black market sales of Onion Head is on everyone's tongue. Prices are astronomically high, doubly pissed as that's what I was hauling. I had to get out of the system. There was nothing for me here now. So I took what little I had left, picked up an old rust bucket Sidewinder, and with only 1,000 credits left to my name, I had this grand notion that I would find salvation towards the inner systems, maybe even Sol, but I pointed the ship, which I refused to name, towards the Alrai sector, and left a trail of ill will and anger behind me. The short 5 light-year jump took me by Ross 142, where I could not believe my luck. Well, shortly after avoiding a near miss with a large collection of ship parts floating by. Something big had torn through this ship. It was unrecognizable. That didn't interest me. It's the 4 pods that contained military plans that did. All I had to do was get them to the nearest station. Not Trevithick. I've vowed not to go back to Trevithick. But Ackerman Market in the Erevet 5 system was my best bet, and thankfully the feds let me by without a scan. I netted 16,000 credits on that encounter. They were on the edge of this sector for some reason, however. There are more rebel movements reported. The feds starting to post unofficial rewards for any information on their movements, communication interceptions, or whatsoever. I prefer not to choose a side. No, not yet. I think I'm going to have to make a few more runs in this Sidewinder before I can sell her. I really am reluctant to give her a name, but she saved my skin on the next run to my home system, LHS 3447. I was interdicted outside of Dalton Gateway. A Cobra, fired first, contact later. I was totally unprepared and lost shields very quickly. Starting to wish I had more than coffee in my hold now, but perhaps something explosive to get this fracking gunrunner off my back. Of course, the Sidewinder slows so quickly with the weight that I started to outturn my opponent. His shots no longer found the mark, and in return I started to weaken him. And then he was gone.
Target destroyed.
So I limped into Dalton. The profit from the coffee covered repairs to the shield cells and bulkheads, so not a total loss. Time to break out the Eagle, I guess. I heard these one-off attacks may be related to a terrorist cell headed by a guy named Isaac Kirchhoff. He had a price on his head, hankering to have a piece of it for the trouble.